told us that this election is extremely personal for you. The light bill, the grocery bill, the cost of health care, corruption at the highest level, the ease of doing business, crime and the protection of our borders so that our children don't become strangers in their own country. So not voting is not an option. Your voice has been heard by the leaders of a new generation, and the Free National Movement will work for you.
On May 12th, I need you to show up and show the PLC that the Bahamian people are indeed in charge.
Garden Hills, it's time. FNM, it's time. My dad once told me, pigs get fat, but hogs get slaughtered. We got a whole problem in our country! And so yes, we can redevelop PMH on the current campus. We have digitized over 50 drains, and we have actually started to properly maintain those drains.
We will restructure urban renewal to deliver real results and actual transformation of Carmichael neighborhoods.
We will launch a major recruitment drive to put more officers where they are needed the most.
So while this government talks about choices and choosing progress, we will choose country, we will choose the FNM.
We believe that the revenue from this lottery can help a number of persons, that if people are going to bet, and most times we wish they won't, at least they should bet on themselves. So we're wondering, why would something that is potentially good, why would it be so troublesome to this Prime Minister and his government, since it was them who gave birth to the regularizing of gaming? We are faced with a threat to sovereignty, and this government is not up to the task. What you gonna do?
This is one of the things that's so frustrating for residents. They cannot understand why over 5 years we are not able to correct situations like this, and this impacts the livelihood of the people of this community.
We need a shift so that we commit to the things we are prepared to do, and we do it, and that's what we're going to change.
It's been absolutely wonderful coming to Green Turtle Key once again with Terry's Boodle. I've been coming here for many, many years. This is, in many ways, paradise. Residents have very high standards. Policymakers believe that they are doing an amazing job, but the people they serve know that they deserve more and that we can do more.
We are all working to get ahead, working to better ourselves, working to ensure a better life for the next generation, taking steps to a safe and prosperous future. Yet, in our country, we face constant roadblocks and red tape. This election, join the movement that will work for you each and every day, for your interests and for your future. A future that works for you with the Free National Movement.
Every artist remembers the moment something inside of them wakes up. For me, it was when I was just a student at C.C. Sweden Senior High. One day a man came to our school, a young leader, standing in front of a room full of students. His name was Michael Pintard. He didn't give a speech, he performed a piece of spoken word. And somehow, the room changed. You could feel it. My art teacher at the time, Miss Single, she always taught us to paint what we felt. She wanted me to create something for him. A thank you. So I worked day and night, pouring everything I had into that painting. When I finally handed it to him, I was proud. Not just of the art, but what it represented. Years later, life have a way of bringing moments back around. Today I'm painting again, but this time, it's not just a gift. It represents a future I can be proud of. It's a manifesto that matters. Some moments inspire you, others shape your path, and sometimes they come full circle.
Every commitment you will hear tonight came from listening.
Our goal is to broaden the Bahamian participation in the Port Authority overall.
No person who enters the Bahamas illegally will ever be eligible for Bahamian citizenship.
We will cut back to 0 rated on everyday essentials.
We will create a network of community countries.
We will establish new free trade zone.
Bring back real banking services to every major family island.
We will establish a comprehensive anti-corruption regime.
We will ensure that safe shelter exists for women and children fleeing from violence.
We will hire 100 new doctors and 200 new nurses and place them where they are needed most.
We will finally establish a true national blood bank.
Free public bus rides for all uniformed students on school days.
We will provide tax incentives and training.
We will transform the subvention system for junior and elite athletes.
Your incoming FNM government will launch a long overdue national lottery, offering prizes in the hundreds of thousands of dollars and even millions for the benefit of the people of the Bahamas. We believe in you. We want you to believe in what we could do together.
I'm pressing on.
Move those pom-poms down. Let's go, get off your feet. Let's make some noise tonight. As we move into higher ground.
Every day.
Day 12, we set it to PLP home. Boy, you're looking tonight. Someone looks good tonight. I'm happy to be in Long Island tonight. Hey.
Lord, lift me up.
And let FNM. Hey. FNM. Hey, let me hear you make some noise tonight. Hey. Let's get ready, FNM. While fire's forward run.
I'm pressing on the upward way.
Move them left and right.
New heights I'm gaining.
Boy, y'all look good over there.
Every day, still bringing eyes. I am bound. Lord, plant my feet all
FNM's Long Island.
Lord, lift me up. And let me stand. Let me stand. My faith on heaven's table land. No higher place that I have found. Let me, Lord, plant my feet on higher ground.
noise tonight, man. FNM! FNM! It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Free National Movement's Fire Forward Rally in beautiful Long Island! FNMs, last night we were in New Providence. My friends, Nassau is red, red, red. And tonight, we are in gasoline to that torch in beautiful Long Island. From Stella Mars in the north to the south end of Long Island, we are spreading the torch of the Free National Movement. Is Edmonds Key with me tonight? Is Clarence Town in the building? Mangrove Bush, Roses, Sib, Grace, and of course, Salt Pond, are you with me? FNMs, my name is Dr. Trevor Johnson, and I am a proud FNM, but I am a Bahamian who's concerned about the trajectory of our country. Why? Over $250 million on no-bid contracts, while the morgue at the David Sims Clinic is out of service. FNMs, is that progress? $74 million in travel in 4 years, while your loved ones' bodies must be moved on trucks from one settlement to the next. Long Island, is that progress? FNMs, this government spent $500 million on consultants while medication is out of stock in the clinic down the street. I ask, is this progress?
Keep the PLP out
and stay out.
And stay out.
My friends, this PLP government has been handing citizenship out at funerals while you in Long Island do your best to ensure that our country remains for Bahamians. I ask, is this progress? FNMs, this is a serious matter. And that is why this election, my friends, it is about trust. This election is about fairness. May 12th is about the future of our country, FNMs. FNMs, you know I'm a good Anglican man. And Ecclesiastes 12 and 14 tells us, for God will bring every work into judgment, including, I want the PLP listen to this, including every secret thing, whether good or evil. And that is why, my friends, on May 12th, that will be the day of judgment for the PLP, where the voices of those that were ignored, victimized, and ridiculed will be heard loud and clear. FNM!
I'm pressing on.
I want y'all to wait
the upward way.
Hey, boy, y'all look good tonight.
I'm yelling every day. Still praying as I onward bound.
Before I get myself carried, let's start this night off right. I'm going to ask you to stand as we welcome your former Member of Parliament, Mr. Larry Cartwright, for the stage for our opening prayer. Let's welcome him.
Gents, could you kindly take off your caps? May the Lord be with you all. Almighty and gracious Father, we come before you this evening to lift up all those who have submitted themselves for public service. We ask for your divine guidance to be upon us all. Lord, grant our people the wisdom to discern good leadership. We pray for a smooth and orderly process tonight, and that we can have a fair campaign focused on truth. Bless all who have traveled to be here this evening. We ask that you would invoke angels to surround this place and provide invisible protection against danger. Bless our speakers with strength and energy during this rally. And going forward, may your will be done in the selection of winners as we trust that our choices will also be yours. We ask these blessings in your Son's holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Cartwright. Please remain standing, FNMs, as we rise for our national anthem. Please welcome one of your own, Miss Michaela Major.
Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland. March on to glory, your bright banners waving high. See how the world marks the manner of your bearing. Pledge to excel through love and unity. Pressing onward, march together to a common lofty goal. Steady sunward, though the weather hide the wide and treacherous shore. Lift up your head to the rising sun, Bahamaland, till the road you trod leads unto your God. March on, Bahamaland.
FNMs! Hey, 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 hey! Everyone jump, 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 jump! I's FNM, you's FNM, we's FNM, she's FNM. Hey, FNM! You's FNM, FNM, he's FNM. Red, red.
FNMs, make some noise. You may be seated, FNMs. FNMs, the night is still young. FNMs, I want to tell you all of a story that you all may know about already. Just earlier this week, we saw the Tribune reported that the Ministry of Finance paid $200,000 to campaign in North Abaco. My friends, I want us to understand what that means. $200,000 of your money was used by the PLP candidate in North Abaco to fund the PLP campaign. Because, you know, someone, I heard the PLP had the audacity to say, what is $200,000? My friends, can Long Island use $200,000 today? And guess what? That's why, what we can do, DJ? We got to fire this worthless government. You know, we've come all the way to Long Island, and we need to hear about what's happening on Long Island from Long Islanders. Tonight, our first speaker I'm going to invite is a native of Long Island, and she is going to tell her story. She is going to share her personal stories of the inadequacies seen on this island. And my friend, she's coming to share her story because this is what real action looks like. Long Island, help me to welcome one of your own, Miss Amber Constantakis. Let's welcome her, Chica.
Don't get swing, you get swing. Big promises and bigger lies, you get swing. Smile in your face, shake your hand. Take everything, don't get swing.
Good evening, everybody. I was asked by Mr. Rollins to speak my story, and I hope that this helps other persons. So here we go. Good evening. My name is Amber Constantakis. I was a mother before anything else. on a night in January of 2022. My world stopped on a road here in Long Island. My son, Manoli Konstantakis, was in a car crash with his cousin, my nephew, Mandy Konstantakis, and his best friend, Trevon Roxbury, who both lost their lives on the scene. In those minutes after, what Manoli needed was urgent care, working equipment, and a system ready to fight for him. What we got instead was delay. We got facilities that weren't equipped. We got gaps where there should have been answers. Because Manoli had to wait 7 hours for the airlift to access life-saving critical care in New Providence, Manoli lost his life. I'm not here to relive every detail of that night, but I am here because of what happened next. And it didn't end with Manoli. This past November, I lost my mother. She took sick at the beginning of November. She couldn't walk. She was disabled. And we were not physically able to lift her out of the house. So she called the government clinic herself. No doctor came. No nurses came. Nobody would come to the house to see her. She was a national insurance pensioner. She paid in her whole life, and still she was left waiting. I had to wait until a private doctor flew to the island. That private doctor then had to airlift her out, and we had to get a community of young men to help us put her on the plane just to get care. That is what healthcare looks for us right now. Even in death, there is no dignity. In the south of Long Island, we don't have a working morgue. When someone passes, family members have to drive miles to take their deceased loved one to a morgue down in the north. We have to transport our own dead. We have the equipment at the Dedminski Clinic, but we don't have a facility to put it in. So families grieve behind the wheel, carrying their loved ones for miles because the government won't finish the job. The PLP has had 4 years. 4 years to show us that rural healthcare matters. 4 years to upgrade this clinic, to staff it, to make sure no other parent watches the clock instead of watching their child get help. 4 years to make sure no family has to beg for a home visit for a disabled elder. 4 years to give the South a working morgue. In those 4 years, I have not seen the adjustments we were promised. I have seen things get worse. Yes, they gave us an ambulance, but an ambulance without staff is just a vehicle. We need it equipped. We need more than one ambulance on this island. We need trained EMT workers who can stabilize a patient on scene. We need at least 2 doctors trained at an ER level, not general practitioners left to improvise in a trauma. We need a policy for home care, so disabled pensioners are not abandoned because they cannot walk through the clinic door. We need a functioning morgue in the South with the equipment we already have put to use. And it cannot stop at Long Island. We need emergency care across the Southern Islands that actually connects. If we have an accident in Long Island, there must be something in place in Inagua or Exuma that can pick up an individual quickly and get them out in a timely manner. Right now, we are islands in name only, isolated when it matters most here in the Southern Bahamas. So I cannot support a campaign that tells us to vote for progress when they haven't done the things they said they would do. Not after Manoli. Not after watching my mother suffer because no public doctor would come to her house even after she called. Not while families in the South have to drive miles with their dead loved one because we have no morgue. Not while Long Island families are still driving past our own clinic because we don't trust it is properly equipped to handle an emergency. Loyalty does not come before lives. That is why I'm standing with Andre. If he wins his seat, my demand is clear. Fix Long Island's healthcare and build a real emergency network for the Southern Bahamas. Give us a 24-hour capacity, ER capacity, multiple equipped ambulances, trained EMTs, ER-level doctors, a home care program for our elders and disabled, and a working morgue in the South using the equipment we already have at Dedminski. Give us a system where the next mother in my position is not told to wait. I don't want sympathy from a government. I want action. I want Manoli's name and my mother's suffering to mean something changed. Long Island has suffered long enough, and something has to change. We are tired of empty promises. We want change and we want action. Thank you, and have a good night.
You know, FNM's, the PLP is campaigning on progress. But I ask you a question. Is that progress? And what we gonna do on May 12th? We can fire the PLP. Long Island, we have one more person to come who is no stranger to you. He's a fisherman by profession. And he is coming to share his personal experience working with our leader when he was the Minister of Agriculture. He's a former senator, and he's a man who loves Long Island. Long Islanders, get to your feet and help me welcome former Senator Jude North.
Jolly gray, your boat, need it bailing out. Get a sailorman sound.
Good night, everybody. Boy, look, see a red here tonight. I want them to pass by and talk this, man. Say, Long Island going yellow, but I believe their vision is very bad. So what I see here, boy, things look good. If everywhere else in the Bahamas being like Long Island, we can say the government has changed. Well, they gave me a limited amount of time. I can't run on too long. Well, I'm a fisherman for 42 years. And it's our bread and butter of Long Island. And I need to address some issues in fishing in the Bahamas. Because right now, we as Bahamians, if we don't take care of what we got, we can't let outsiders come and take what we got. I don't always remember this. Bahamians come first in the Bahamas. I know we need outsiders to come in, but you come in the right way. And we as fishermen, we shouldn't be competing with immigrants. Let's come here, marry a woman, marry convenience. I mean, look, they give them a work permit, a Bahamian citizenship, they're out there. One thing we need, like I say about fishing, is that when Mr. Michael Pintard was the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, they amended the Fisheries Act. The Dominicans was gone. But I can tell you this, when this New Day government came and they said they work for the people, they came and bought Dominicans back, and they took away our fishing grounds. And sometimes they go out there, you figure you in Cuba somewhere, on the VHF, you can hear more Spanish than what you hear English. Actually, what the Bahamas have come to. And one thing I could say about the FNM, they care for Long Island. And one thing we could say, Long Island, we as people, we deserve more. Why I say that is we're always loyal to the FNM. So I'm going to tell you this. When FNM win this time, don't put Long Island on the back burner. Make sure put Long Island on the front burner. And I'm not going to let you know tonight. Sometimes we blame the government for everything, but see, some of you as Bahamians, you carry immigrants on the boat, they come along your area. Even if you don't go break permits, they come back as pouches. You don't told them what the area is. So some of you we to blame too also. And one thing they talk about, there's all for the people. But I can let you know this. 6 years ago, we used to a 15-foot boat for the registered. I used to pay $30. That went from $30 between $350 to $400. So instead you're trying to help the fishermen, you're trying to take away from the fishermen. And then they come, you need a license, you need a FTC license, you mean everything in the world. You also have to pay what on your catch. But when you look at it this way, we as Bahamians, we work hard for our money. Instead, you try help the Long Island people. You're trying to take away from the Long Island people. So we in the FNM camp, we don't just care for a few, we care for all. And I want you to remember this night, we are here for all Bahamians, no matter what color your party affiliation is. We have a big camp. We want everybody to come. And you know, if you want to know what Long Island is all about, you come join us and you can learn exactly what is our blueprint for Long Island. And as a young man, I've been part of the central government before. Our MPs on Long Island, We agitated for Long Island, but always remember, when you're an opposition, you could ask. But sometimes what you got to go through, they only give you the breadcrumbs. I could go on and on. And one thing I could say about Long Island people, they're very proud, they're independent. Long Island does need that jump start. It's like, you know, they keep in Long Island, treating Long Island, when you buy a brand new vehicle and the battery is there, you can't get that jump start. If they give you what we need to move this island, Long Island be the envy of the Bahamas. And you go all over the Bahamas. Long Island is one of the best kept places, the cleanest places on Long Island. And the money we get to work with, we do wonders with it. And I heard somebody saying about comments about local government earlier, they comment, I don't go in for that foolishness. On Long Island and part of the government is the best run local government throughout the entire Bahamas. And the budget we get, we do wonders. If we had the budget with like some of those islands had, but you all see things on Long Island. But sometimes we got to squeeze blood out of stone. When I have a limited amount of time, we as young men who out there is fishing, is fishermen. By my sound and my voice, this is the future of Long Island. And if any fisherman out there who has a doubt about now supporting FNM, you're going to vote for somebody going to help you, or you're going to somebody who's going to take the bread and butter away from you. We Bahamians, we don't have to compete with Dominicans. And always remember this. I would like to make this recommendation to the government. I would like for the government to consider when the FNM win, that give duty-free on boat trailers because it's very expensive to keep them out because, you know, the road is very bad on Long Island. And also, I would like to put this out to the government. Sailing is the number one sport in the Bahamas. So why cannot you give duty-free for those boats to hold their boats up when they're traveling from island to island when a hurricane? Why can't you also give them duty-free on their trailers? Because they make sacrifices to go out there, have these regattas, and it's the economic boost for these islands, especially for vendors and so forth, the business places on the island. So please let us consider the fishermen on Long Island, and always remember this. If we do bad on Long Island, we are get to go. Let us work together as one people, that look out for one another, and always remember this. We know what we got, we know what we can get. So Long Island, FNM has been good to Long Island. I know they need to do some little brushing up, and I guarantee you this. Mr. Pintard, you give him a chance, he'll make a very good leader because he listens to people. And I'm going to be medical now, like Manda mentioned about the healthcare system on Long Island. Plenty limbs on Long Island is broken. And if you want limbs broken, you go to the doctor, right? And Dr. Rollins could fix all the broken limbs on Long Island. And I leave you this way. I'm going with the doc, I'm not going with the patient. And only remember this, I'm going to roll with Rollins because I know at the end of the day, if he do fool, I'll be the first one to criticize him. And we Long Island people, we need business. And Mr. Pintard, he don't just walk the walk, he talks the talk. And you give a man with energy, and you give a man who listen, he'll make a great prime minister. And always remember, Long Island be back to the island in the sunshine. And all those minutes, I'm going to leave you this. My brothers and sisters, May 12th is not far. Who you going to go with? You're going to rock with dog? Or you're going to keep the fire burning? Or always remember, on the May 12th, the first seat call for the FNM on Long Island, make sure it be Long Island. And also, I would like to thank you all for coming out tonight. And I'm going to guarantee this. I hear people talking about Long Island getting yellow. But I've been throughout the land and bread of Long Island. But what you got to realize, the last election, 450 people did not vote. Because of the COVID didn't come out. So they banking in numbers on there. And I can guarantee you tonight that on the May 12th, all those who talking to Long Island by this and this and that, we're going to have a new government. And those who have a lousy job, all of them going to be fired on May 12th, going to go look at a new job. So who are you voting for? Who are you voting for? May 12th, go out there and do the right thing. And if you're red, you can.
FNM! guess what? What we can do to them in Long Island? Hey, everyone get up. We can show them what we can do in Long Island. And Dead 15, what we can do to them? Hey, everyone get up.
We shall say whip, wop, whip, wop, whip, wop.
What we can do in Roses?
Wop, whip, wop, whip, wop. We shall
what we can do in Sims, Long Island?
Whip, wop.
And Grace, what we can do to them? FNM, Long Island, we can give them that whip, wop, special. Now, coming now to offer us a selection of FNMs. It's your one and only Long Island Rake and Scrape Band. Please welcome them as they come. FNM, let's make some noise as we get ready for the Long Island Rake and Scrape Band.
Every commitment you will hear tonight came from listening.
Our goal is to broaden the Bahamian participation in the Port Authority overall.
No person who enters the Bahamas illegally will ever be eligible for Bahamian citizenship.
We will cut back to zero rated on everyday essentials.
We will create a network of community pantries. We will establish new free trade zone.
Bring back real banking services to every major family island.
We will establish a comprehensive anti-corruption regime.
We will ensure that safe shelter exists for women and children fleeing from violence.
We will hire 100 new doctors and 200 new nurses and place them where they are needed most.
We will finally establish a true national blood bank.
Free public bus rides for all uniformed students on school days.
We will provide tax incentives and training.
We will transform the subvention system for junior and elite athletes.
Your incoming FNM government will launch a long overdue national lottery, offering prizes in the hundreds of thousands of dollars and even millions for the benefit of the people of the Bahamas. We believe in you. We want you to believe in what we could do together.
Parliament for North Abaco, Therese Boudin!
Long Island! FNMs! Oh, it's so good to be here in Long Island. I long to be back in Long Island. This is my old stomping ground, and I am happy to be here tonight. I want to greet all of you, Party Leader, the Honorable Michael Pintard, who will be speaking to us tonight. your candidate, Dr. Rollins, Larry Cartwright, former member of Parliament, and all of you. It's good to be in Long Island in another capacity so I can speak freely tonight. FNMs, I am honored to be back here in Long Island, my old stomping ground. This island holds a very special place in my heart. It is the very place where I was given one of my first major opportunities in the public service. That is to become the first female administrator to serve on this island of Long Island. That is following the 2012 general elections. See, I'm not muzzled by the public service rules anymore. So let me say what I have to say. At that time, my transfer here was not meant as a reward. It was intended to politically punish me, to send me to what was considered an FNM stronghold where nothing was expected to be achieved. Not because any failure or incompetence or lack of integrity, but what was perceived as my political allegiance. But what was meant for harm became a blessing. Because being sent here in Long Island, an island filled with highly competent, resilient, and resourceful people only made me better. It strengthened my ability to understand and effectively execute local government policies, and it deepened my appreciation for the power of community. Hear me, Long Island. I'm forever grateful to Long Island. Long Island has helped to shape my family. It is shared that my two children, now both college educated children, and accomplished one nurtured, even developing a love for the outdoors. My son is an outdoor man because he stayed here in Long Island. And we work for you. With a degree in marine science because of his stay here in Long Island. So when Long Island called, I came in the spirit of respect and admiration. One thing I learned here in Long Island, skills and competence define who you are. I saw it in your competitive sailors, their precision, their intelligence, and their discipline. I quickly learned not to go against a Long Island boat because skill alone doesn't win the race. Strategy and awareness and determination do. And Long Island have it all. So if you follow me on social media, I always say to them, Long Island is my horse in the race of sailing. This girl is on fire. I witnessed your strength firsthand, Long Island, especially following Hurricane Dorian. I saw resilience in its purest form. In the face of destruction, you came together. Neighbors helping neighbors. Families rebuilding together. It was all hands on deck. The experience forever connected me to the truest form of community. And it is that very experience that helped prepare me for the devastation of Hurricane Dorian. Long Island is a place that fiercely protects its identity. And I admire that about you, Long Island. You are resourceful people who are proud guardians of your unique Bahamian heritage. That spirit is not only respected, it is admired. It is also here, Jude said it, that local government has shown that they are effective leaders, impactful and responsive. That is why today I am calling on the people of Long Island to stand firm and cement your relationship with the free national movement.
We got work to do. We got to vote them out.
Long Island, you have seen what real local government can do. And under an FNM government, local government will get the backing it deserves. We are aware that local government has seen a stripping away of key areas of oversight. We have to return critical oversight of key responsibilities back to the hands of local government entities. We will create a family island development fund with a dedicated capital budget for every council, so that projects on these islands you need not be begging for, because you can finally get done what the people actually deserve to have done. And we will mandate every family island to develop its own strategic plan supported by an economic council of qualified Long Islanders. Because no one knows what these islands need more than the people who live and work in these islands.
We got work to do.
Long Island, the FNM has also written your name into its manifesto in a way that no other party has. We will ensure that your new airport, it was a promise by the FNM, and it must be delivered in final. It is a written commitment to our contract with the Bahamian people, alongside with the completion of the airport of Exuma and North Eleuthera. Long Island deserves connectivity that matches your ambition. Under an FNM government, you will get it. It is time to deliver on Long Island's expectations. Long Island, you know that this island fiercely protects order, its fairness, and its respect for the rule of law. And immigration is a critical issue in this country. The FNM is the only party with a serious plan called Operation Shield. I know you, Long Island. I live among you, and I know your respect for immigration laws. Under Operation Shield, an FNM government will establish a select committee of parliament to review every citizenship and residency decision made under the PLP government. Tell me why in Abaco, up to the last minute, citizens are being sworn in while the House is dissolved. Something ain't right, Long Island. We will strengthen the whistleblowing hotline so that the people who know what is happening in this country can finally speak freely. We will publish a migration report that this government has hidden from the Bahamian people for years. Citizenship is sacred, Long Island. Long Island knows it best, and the free national movement is going to protect it. And to the Long Island fishermen, Jude, you are one of them. To the men and women who paychecks come in the deck of a boat, hear me tonight. The PLP government has slapped high hikes on Bahamian boat owners and 10% charter fee on the yachting industry that has driven away business away from our marinas, away from our family island, and away from our docks in the family islands. Charter traffic is down 40%. Family island communities are paying the highest price. Our marinas are empty. The FNM is going to reverse it. We will reverse the boat fees the PLP placed on Bahamian boat owners, and we will remove the 10% yacht charter fee that will make the Bahamas competitive again.
Keep the PLP out, and
because
stay
Long
out.
Island fishermen, Long Island guides, Long Island marina workers deserve a government that understands the sea is your livelihood. And as a proud family island, Long Island, you deserve the basics. Amber talk her heartfelt story tonight. Clean drinking water, a functioning clinic. We're experiencing a lot of decline and deterioration in the Family Islands. Proper firefighting equipment, hurricane shelters that are actually shelters, telecommunication that you can rely on. This is what a good government does, deliver on infrastructure and improvement and real progress for its people. We believe in building communities and giving them everything they deserve, and these islands deserve the basics. I'm in a community now where the entrance to the clinic that was built under the Free National Movement is collapsing. And our elderly citizens have to go through the side door. This is not acceptable in these Family Islands to live like that. Long Island, you have always been a symbol of resilience, of strength, and of excellence. In your candidate, let me speak frankly. In your candidate, you have what I know Long Island treasures: determination, skill, experience, competence, and the capacity to push for Long Island's advancement. And Dr. Rawlins, Long Island has what I know Long Island values: competence. This is a moment to stand for country, Long Island. I want to speak this soberly. This is a moment to stand for country and to declare that the most sacred element of our sovereignty feels diminished with every act of fraud that comes to light. A moment that calls for accountability, where those entrusted as guardians of the public good must answer for responsibilities they carry. We cannot accept being told that our concerns are imagined or the crisis is our own making. That is not enough. This is a moment to define that has to be defined by the absence of clarity, where transparency and information are too often missing from public discourse on critical issues like government spending. In local government, we understand how important it is to keep the public informed on spending, and spending resources that are allocated from the people's taxes. That standard must be applied at every level. This is a moment in the Bahamas that calls for us to stand, not just to ask for answers as a favor, but to demand them as a right. This nation is our heritage, is our spiritual heritage, is our cultural heritage, is our geographical heritage. The late Dr. Miles Monroe once described this as a place where God lives. With that in mind, I commit this nation to the Lord, praying for wisdom to preserve what remains and for God to raise up people that will fight to defend what is broken. And so I'm here tonight. I came way back to Long Island to ask you, like I asked the people of North Abaco, allow us who mean business for this nation to work for you. We believe that the Free National Movement is an accountable government, and we will demand accountability and deliverance of key matters of concern for Family Islanders. Deliver Dr. Rawlins. We need a competent member around the table from Long Island. You gotta fire them. This is a moment in history. I said to one of our candidates last night, this is a defining moment in this country. And so this is a clarion call, Long Island. Let's get back this country that we call the Bahamas. We welcome all to this country, but this country is for my children and your children, and Bahamians ought to be first in their own country. Long Island, we want to work for you. Do what I know Long Island can do. Deliver Dr. Rawlins to the House of Assembly. God bless you, Long Island. God bless you, Long Island. God keep you, Long Island. God cover you, Long Island. FNMs. FNMs.
She's walking on fire.
FNM!
This girl is on fire.
That was the next member of Parliament for North. Have a go, FNM.
You're simply the best.
FNM! Boy, Long Island, you all look good tonight.
You're simply the best.
I want everyone to wear their phone.
Better than all the
Let me hear you.
Better than anyone.
FNM!
Anyone.
He's simply the best. The best party for this country. FNMs, I want y'all to say May 25th, 2025. Say it for me. FNM, I want us to remember that date. You know what happened on May 25th, 2025? This is the day that this government boasted of a budgetary surplus. That is the day that 32 PLP MPs slammed on the tables in Parliament, chanting of a financially stable and strong country. But my friends, I ask us this question. How can we be in a surplus when the government still has $200 million in unpaid bills? How can we be in a surplus when millions is owed to nurses and doctors? How can we be in a surplus when this government has borrowed $600 million, my God, in 6 months?
This is powerful.
FNMs, the PLP played in our face on May 25th, 2025. But the day of reckoning is nigh, and on May 12th, 2026, we can send them home.
Keep the PLP out, and stay out.
Long Island, that's just a reminder of the evils of this current government. But before I go any further, I want to introduce someone to you who is no stranger to you in Long Island. He was born and raised Long Island. He is a man with deep love for his community. He is a former high school teacher and served as principal at the great NGM High School. He is your former member of parliament. He is a man who loves the Bahamas, but a man who loves Long Island. He is our former Minister of Agriculture. Long Island, get to your feet.
It's your time.
And help me welcome the one and only Mr. Larry Patra.
Say it's true. We work for you. It's about time to be your time. We work for you.
Look at the people. This park is on fire. Call the fire engine. Tell them come quick. Because this park, and it's all fun, is on fire. FNMs. Tonight, it gives me great pleasure to say a few words in support of our dynamic candidate, Dr. Andre Rollins, and to welcome in our midst our esteemed leader, the Honorable Michael C. Pintard, and his delegation of dedicated and committed, proud Bahamians to Long Island. You are always welcome to be with us. Before I start my brief speech, I want to bring you greetings on behalf of our former Member of Parliament, the Honorable Adrian Gibson. I spoke with him at length today, and he had plans to be in Long Island tonight. But the lady who raised him from a child and took care of him had to be flown into Nassau yesterday and is in hospital. And he didn't want to come and leave her there because her husband also had to go in to be with her. But he wishes us all well and says that he'll be joining Long Islanders soon. FNMs, we hear the government representatives chanting progress. I live here. And I have to ask, how has Long Island progressed over the last 4.5 years? Long Islanders, can you say that things have gotten better for you? After almost 5 years of what the PLP calls progress, the roads are dug up, and only God knows when they will be drivable. They met a contract in motion in 2021 when they came to office. But they did their special move of stop, review, and cancel, and waited 4 full years before finally restarting the roads. And if you drove over them today, you know what I'm talking about. They met the groundwork done for the start of the new airport, but they waited 4 full years before deciding to enter into an agreement to get it started. This has forced Long Islanders to have to drive over dug-up roads to get to and from the airport in Stella Maris, breaking up the vehicles. I feel sorry for those persons who have self-drive vehicles that have to be driven over those lousy roads. All because the government wanted to dangle the airport, road, and waterworks before us like a carrot and call it progress. While this may work for some, I want to say to them tonight, every good-thinking Long Islander can see through their tricks and dull arts and will not fall for it. Long Island fishermen can't wait to pay them back for the high fees the fishermen had to pay for boat registration, FDC, and trailer fees. The question has been asked about which party has done more for Long Island. So I just want to do a little bit of math tonight. The PLP has been the government for 40 years, and the FNM for 19 years since independence. In the 19 years, we benefited from new main road from Seymour's to Gordon's, multiple side roads, roll-on, roll-off, modern, up-to-date docks with bathroom facilities that actually work, electricity through the island, radio and television service, digital and cell phone services, among others. Apart from the little being done now and won't be finished before May the 12th, after 40 long years of being the government, there is little, very little, one can point fingers at and say the PLP did that. And there is much that could have been done during the past 5 years when the Bahamas experienced plenty. Banking is a great necessity still. No potable water south of Clarenstown, Gliddens, and other areas. There's the health issues that Amber spoke about. Clinics that need major repairs. A morgue that hasn't worked for years. Closed school buildings that should be utilized, just standing there like haunted houses. Maintenance and preservation of tourist attractions, to name a few. Long Island, we cannot trust the PLP nor the COI to work for us because they believe talking is working. They take pride in saying they have been on Long Island 4 years working. Can you see what they have done? You gotta fire them. Hurricane Melissa gave them and their parties a golden opportunity to demonstrate and show their self-proclaimed love for Long Island. How did they help all those of us who suffered so much property damage? They sang a lot, but did nothing to alleviate the suffering. And I cry shame on them. But Long Island, it's so good to see so many of you out here tonight. This is an excellent show of solidarity, showing Long Island as the FNM country that it is. But you know, and I want you to hear this good, elections are not won at the rallies. Elections are won at the polls. On May the 12th, let's get out to the polls early and vote the PLP out. Get out! It is time to send this government home. Their performance and lack thereof is not up to par. It's time to elect the government that works for us. The government that cares for all the people, not just the few. I invite the rest of the Bahamas to come with us, because Long Island needs a doctor and we are going to elect a doctor. Because we are rolling with Rollins. We are voting FNM, and I ask the rest of the country to also vote FNM. 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 May God continue to bless us all. Thank you.
FNM! Get your feet! Hey, I want everyone to wave! Wave those pom-poms! Wave! Hey! 1, 2, 3! Hey! FNM! If you have some fun, wave those pom-poms! Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the stage the one and only KB! How you doing, Long Island? Come on, listen here now. Long Island, come on. I's FNM, you's FNM, we's FNM, she's FNM. Hey, I's FNM, you's FNM, we's FNM, he's FNM. I see red, red, red in the party. I see red, red, red on everybody. Red over here, red over there. Red is every. Come on, let's go. I's FNM, go. You's FNM, we's FNM, she's FNM. Hey, I's FNM, you's FNM, we's FNM, he's FNM. I see fire, fire in the party. I see fire, fire on everybody. Fire burning them. We's FNM, 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 FNM. Let's go. Come on. I's FNM. Hey, you's FNM. He's FNM, she's FNM. Hey, I's FNM. Hey, he's FNM, he's FNM. Now listen here. Watch this, watch this. Let me see if y'all know this one. Long Island, let me see if you know this one. I know you all like this one. Oh Lord, you enjoy. Don't all y'all FNMs. Watch this now. Let me hear y'all sing it. Let me hear y'all. Watch it. Down in my scrub, there was this lady and she showed her face so pretty, her skin chocolate black. She looked like a lobster with. She was 5'5" and 317. Man, you have to see her to know what I mean. Don't let her sit down, she'll broke up all your seat. Man, this girl is so big and boy, could she even say, but I like her like that. How she? What she do? What? Bitch. What? What? Come on, let's go. Just cause she fat, just cause she fat. FNMs, they whine like that cause she fat.
Just cause she fine. Just cause she fine. Watch this now, look here, look here. When she walk by, old men stop and look. They say, girl, bring that salt beef, come. But she say, old man, I need a chef. You mess with me, you can only hurt you. The girls in the settlement will laugh and call her back. She said, don't mind this thing, what? Yup. So they gonna fight she one Sunday afternoon. She beat them so bad with an old piece of broom. But that don't matter to me. I like what I see. What you say? When she, what? And what? Come on, let's go. Just cause she fat, cause she fat. Just cause she fat. She whine like that cause she fat. Time. Watch this time. Let's go. All the way. Long Island, know this your song now. Come on, let's go. Rank and square. Watch it, come on. Watch it. I'm a boat. Sing it. I see. Come on. My work is free diving, throwing out lines. How I survive. Hey! From Bobby to Yellowtail, from Jackfish to Killer Whale, I jump in my dinghy boat and I head on down the coast. I need them fish to fight. My kids gotta eat tonight, so I do what I gotta do to take some fish back for them to stew. I've been in this jail long, and I was made strong by my father's side. He said, get fit boy to make your money. Once you got up in line, son, you say, but keep your eye on phone. Come on, let's go, come on. I'm a sing it, I see. Come on, my work is on the water. Yes, man, free diving, through no lines, how I survive. Hey, let's go, come on. Rankings, custom. Many weeks I out to sea. Your wife is missing me. Yes, I miss them too, but this is what I gotta do. Some up in the morning sun. I spend me one big one, 2 red and then 1 gray. This gonna be a big one. Gotta get them on my spare. 3 button fish shine like them. Got to go real deep for them. I pull up my fish trap. My boat loaded after that. One blessings all over. Let's go. Come on. I'm on board. Let's go. My work is on the water. Free diving, through no lines. How I survive. One more time. Let's go. Yo, man, y'all look at y'all like your song. What's one more time, let's go. Hold on, listen. I thank God for the sea. I thank God for the land. I thank Him for making me a Bahamian fisherman. I thank Him for the breath to help me dive that depth and for giving me the spunk to die for 4 dozen conch. Only thing I worry about, them poachers from the south that does put hell in me. When they come and raid I see, defense force hurry come and make them poachers run. Them people don't mean no good. They bust them. We say what? I'm a swing it. Whoa. My work is on the water. Hey, free diving, throwing out lines. How I survive. Whoa. I'm a let's go. I see it. Hey, my work is on the water. Yes, free diving, throwing out lines. How I survive. Whoa, I'm a boatman. I see it. Oh, my work is on the water. Diving, through no lines, how I survive. One more time. I'm a boatman. Sing it. What? Come on. Free diving, through no lines, how I survive. Hold it there. I'm a boatman. Let's go. A seaman. Come on. My work is free diving. throwing out light is how I survive. Bahamian culture FNM! Let's go! FNM!
Keep the fire burning in us. If you feel the fire burning, move that forward. Keep the fire burning. Oh, Long Island, look good tonight. It's Selimars in the building with us tonight. It's Southport in the building with us tonight. It's Minecraft Bush in the building with us tonight. It's Clarence Town here. FNMs, you know, the PLP has this slogan, safe with brave. But I want to ask y'all some questions. Do y'all feel safe? Do y'all feel safe? You know, last night in New Providence, we had a rally under the theme, Save Our Sovereignty. SOS FNMs, and I can explain to you why we in SOS. My friends, our sovereignty, what it means to be a Bahamian is at risk. It was our leader who brought to the floor of Parliament 98 cases of fraud in this country, of passport fraud. I ask, are you safe with the PLP? 2 men arrested in Bimini for fake IDs. Are you safe with the PLP? A woman with a voter's card in 2 different constituencies, fraudulent, and her name still remains on the register, and the Minister of National Security have time to be kiffering on national TV. I ask, are we safe with the PLP?
No.
FNMs, this is a sinking ship. The government of the Bahamas is a sinking ship. Captain, this ship is sinking.
Captain, this ship is sinking.
FNMs, the story doesn't end there, you know. Just yesterday, a news agency reported some issues with the voter register. FNMs, I want y'all to know we have a modern-day Methuselah on the register, born in 1981. And on the register, we have some people who ain't even born yet in 2065. I ask, are you safe with the PLP? And because we're not safe with the PLP, we have some dynamic candidates who's going to retire, all of them in that house. You gotta fire them. And the man who is going to deliver Long Island for us is no stranger to Long Island. He's no stranger to frontline politics. He is a man who stands on business and principle. He comes well qualified. He ain't no Mickey Mouse character. He is an orthodontist. He is a lawyer. He has a passion for this country, and most importantly, he has a passion for you right here in Long Island. FNMs, get to your feet and help me welcome the next member of Parliament for Long Island, the one, the only, Andre Rollins. The man who is going to live in Long Island. The man who is going to be accounted for on May 12th.
They say 5 more. We say no way. You can't just take Bahama land and give this place away. Work for the few, stuffing up their hands while we struggling every day on this sweet blessed land. You gotta vote. Your vote is your voice. Stand up, speak out. This time we make that choice. We not giving them 5 more years to play with. We lives like toys. FNM gon' work for you. Your vote is your voice. Money disappear, but we ain't blind. We want every contract printed, every line. Transparent government, open like the sea. No more secret dealing now. We country free. You gotta vote.
'cause you gotta vote, vote, vote. Hey, your vote is your voice. Stand up, speak out. This time we make that choice. We're not letting them take our dreams. We done with the tricks and noise. FNM gon' work for you. Your vote is your voice. Tell your neighbor. Tell your neighbor.
FNMs! Ladies and gentlemen, this is not about me. This is about Long Island. And this is about the Bahamas. And while I'm standing up here hoping to represent Long Island, I want you all to join me in recognizing the great talent that the Free National Movement has in this fine young lady standing next to me. The next member of Parliament for North Abaco, Ms. Therese Boodle.
Use FNM.
Ms. Boodle has been tried and tested. She served as an island administrator through two of the worst hurricanes this country has ever seen. Hurricane Joaquin in Long Island and Hurricane Dorian in Abaco. And ladies and gentlemen, I can understand and appreciate why none other than the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram has seen fit to have this fine young lady follow in his footsteps. She is fiery, she is passionate, and she is genuine. And I am certain that Mr. Michael Pintard, when he forms the next government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, is going to see fit to have this tried and tested woman sitting around the cabinet table.
This girl is on fire.
Bigger up, bigger up.
This girl is on fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a little bit about me. I am the son of Ann Cartwright, who became the apple of Sylvester Rollins' eyes. A man from Baintown who saw this beautiful Conky Joe Long Island woman in San Salvador when she was training to become a teacher. And that black man made that lovely Long Island woman his wife some 50 years ago. And I am here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because of their love and their desire to see me be the best that I could be. I want to mention them because my grandfather, who many of you know, Alonzo Cartwright from Buckley's, Long Island, told my father when some asked who this strange man was who was interested in taking his daughter in marriage, taking his daughter's hand in marriage. And some questions were asked about him because he was not native to Long Island. And my grandfather, Alonzo Cartwright, told him, son, color don't put food in the pot. Ladies and gentlemen, after we win government on May the 12th, all of this sea of red will evaporate. And we then will represent this country on behalf of every single Bahamian, FNM, PLP, COI, independent, because this country belongs to every single Bahamian. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Pintard, the PLP have tried to poison the minds of the Bahamian people to say a lot of untrue things about him. And they've called him Petty Pintard. They lie. I want you to ask Vanria Strawn from Freeport, Grand Bahama, a lifelong PLP supporter, hardcore. And she said, Rollins, I can't leave that man, not after how well he treated us after Dorian. He didn't care if we were PLP, FNM, DNA, or anything else. He gave equally to every single member of Marco City. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the kind of man that will lead this country. That behavior is not the behavior of a petty man like Philip Davis wants you to believe. That's real man who cares about all Bahamians. And I will be proud to support him in his work as your next Prime Minister.
We got work to do.
I mentioned Therese Boodle. Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that in North Abaco, they are so blatant in their skullduggery, in their intention of trying to steal this election, that they are engaging in trying to buy votes, and they don't even care that you know. They have zeroed the balances of people on Grand Key, paying in some instances $50,000 for BPL bills that were languishing. If I am lying, ask the question of Philip Davis, who calls himself brave. Ask him if he's brave enough to say whether or not that is true. And if they could be so open in their treachery, trying to buy this government, imagine what they are doing privately behind closed doors.
Out. Keep the BLB out, and stay out.
Ladies and gentlemen, if that is the extent to which they will go to hold on to power, surely it is much more than meets the eye. Tomorrow is the first opportunity for Bahamians to vote for the next government. Long Island, some of you will be voting tomorrow. Do you know that this administration would wish for the Bahamian people to fear them, to be afraid to show their support for a government in waiting? And hence, they are going around telling people that they will victimize them, promising that if they win, what they will do to those people. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a secret ballot. They do not know how you will vote. I promise you, when Bahamians vote in large numbers to get rid of them, they will not have the opportunity to try to find out how you voted. And it's important that I say this, ladies and gentlemen, because we have police officers who believe that despite their hard work on the job to be the best police officers they can be, that they will be rewarded on the basis of favor by politicians who give them a step up the ranks of the police force strictly on the basis of their loyalty to a political party. And ladies and gentlemen, that is wrong. And that is why we as a country are stagnating and are in decline. There is no more merit-based promotion. It is not what you know. The PLP has made a practice of rewarding people on the basis of who they know. Senior police officers talking about politics and stifling the upward mobility in some cases of junior officers when they send in lists of persons who should be promoted. Policemen and women, when you go to vote tomorrow, vote for a government that will not oppress and suppress you on the basis of your political choice. Vote for a party that believes in advancing this country, not fake progress, but real advancement. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you tonight with a promise. I will be a representative for every Long Islander, every man, every woman, every family, from Gordons to Seymours. Not just the people who vote for me, not just the people carrying an FNM flag, but every Long Islander. we are one Long Island. And this island will not be divided at Thompson Bay like years gone by. Whether you live in the north or you live in the south, you are 100% Long Island. No settlement is more important than the next. No community will be left behind because it leaned one way versus the next. Whether you vote for me or not, God willing, I will represent each and every one of you impartially, fiercely. Hear me on this. I will sit down with every single leader of this island. I see they tried to scandalize my cousin, Ian Knowles, the chief counselor for Long Island. And as Ms. Boodle said, Long Island is a shining example of the effectiveness of local government in the Bahamas. All of the local government practitioners under the leadership of Ian Knowles have prided themselves on being fair and fighting for every single Long Islander. There are PLPs in this crowd here tonight who have benefited from the fairness exercised by Ian Knowles as chief counselor. Ian has one fault by those who fear him, that he is too fair and that he is too influential on this island. Ian does not care about your politics. He wants to see this island advance. And like Jude, my other cousin, said earlier tonight, if I go sideways or I do not do what I should do in fighting for all of you, they will be like my grandfather showed them, the first to stand on principle and tell me it's time to go.
Eyes FNM, use FNM.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I try to make way for the leader, I want you to hear this. Hear me on this. Because Long Island's needs are not party-centric. If a water main bursts, it doesn't ask which way you voted. A teacher, a child waiting on teachers for special subjects, or a child waiting on a teacher for special needs, doesn't care which way the teacher voted. They just want to be taught. Our problems are Long Island problems. Our solutions will be Long Island solutions. And I will work with anyone in any party who is serious about lifting this island up. And ladies and gentlemen, we will get a number of PLPs voting for us and supporting us on May the 12th. Why? Because they believe in my sincerity when I say we will work for all Long Islanders.
And we work for you.
My political mentor, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingram, used his voice and his office to lift Abaco to heights nobody thought possible. I am running to do for Long Island what Papa did for Abaco. And I mean that. Just look at what we are living with right now. One ATM on this entire island, and half the time, it does not work. As your MP, I will lobby aggressively for a full-service commercial bank to return to Long Island the way it should. Commerce, ladies and gentlemen, cannot grow without it. Walk into our public clinic and ask for your medicine. Too often the answer is out of stock. Try a private doctor. Our pensioners are choosing between their prescriptions and their groceries. On day one, I will fight to get the morgue at the Dedmansky Clinic functioning. I will fight for a trained EMT stationed right here on Long Island. And I will agitate every single day for the special needs teachers our children deserve. Because every Long Island child deserves a classroom that meets them where they are. And let's talk about something nobody should have to fight for in 2026. Reliable internet and dependable public water. How are our students supposed to do their homework when the connection keeps dropping? How are our businesses supposed to compete when the system is down half the day? How are our families supposed to live without water running through their potable water pipes? In 2026, basic infrastructure is the bare minimum of a modern life, and Long Islanders are entitled to it. Infrastructure on this island goes far beyond runways and roads. It is the digital and physical backbone of every home, every business, every classroom, and we will treat it that way. Our young people, hear me, young Long Islanders, are leaving for training and jobs they cannot find at home. We will work to fix that. I mentioned Hubert Ingram intentionally. And that is the reason I don't want you all to give up hope. Once upon a time, Abaco was far less than the island it is today. But because of the tenacity, the sincerity, the authenticity of a man who was interested in serving his people, Abaco is far better off because of the service he provided. Ladies and gentlemen, politically, that is my inspiration. Yeah, he didn't wait until the last 4 years to do something for his seat. That's true. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to say this. A Michael Pintard FNM will establish youth programs to fund and bring a satellite campus of BTVI here to Long Island. Do you know, we talk about immigration. Do you know how much money non-Bahamians are making in this nation's economy from the trades, carpentry, construction? And I do not begrudge them, but I fault a government that claims it is a government of progress for only looking out for themselves rather than putting in place policies and programs where young boys and girls on our family islands don't have to leave to go to New Providence to learn how to become prime players in our economy, like Haitians and Jamaicans and Mexicans and Hondurans. And I do not have any problem with us having opportunities for people from those countries. But we must first and foremost, as politicians, cultivate opportunities for our people. If you don't look out for your own home, how do you expect somebody to look out for you if they are not your family? If your own family won't look out for you, dog eat your lunch.
We got work to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, forgive me for, I now find that I need to use glasses more than I do. So my eyesight could be a little better. But I want to take you really briefly, unless I get my signal that I must come off. Do you remember the Exuma Land and Sea Park? Do you remember how someone in the office of the Prime Minister signed a document for a contract to lease the public seabed to someone in the office of the Prime Minister? And the person who signed it on behalf of the government happened to be the wife of the man who was involved in the deal? Yet we have Long Islanders who own property surrounding the airport that they say was compulsorily acquired to build the airport. And yet to this day, they have still not received their monies to allow them to rebuild and move off their properties so that airport will be able to open when the runway and the airport is completed. Looking out for themselves before they look out for you. But ladies and gentlemen, I believe the leader is ready to come up. Is that correct? Ladies and gentlemen, please. I could say more, but it is for the next Prime Minister to come and tell you what he's going to do. Not just for Long Island, but for this whole country. Ladies and gentlemen, don't believe the lies. They want you to believe that they care about the Bahamian people and that they are about progress. Progress for who? Give an opportunity to a man who is sincere in his objective of elevating all Bahamians, not just the select few.
My God said he wants you to know.
And I will work with him to make sure Long Island is a better island because of his service. When you go to the polls tomorrow,
my God said
remember once upon a time, they doubted. Even Lyndon Pinley. He was 37 years old and they said he couldn't do it. Cuban Ingram was 43 years old and they said he was too young and didn't know what he was doing. And part of the argument was made by the man who mentored him. Well, Hubert Minnis said that this man had what it takes to be in his cabinet. And if he was good enough to be in Hubert Minnis' cabinet, he's darn well good enough to be the next Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
He said, no matter what you're going through, I know it's rougher than it's ever been for you.
Let's make it happen, ladies and gentlemen.
God said he wants you to know.
Don't be afraid to do the right thing. And it's never the wrong time to do the right thing.
He says, despite of your wrongs, he said, me going you.
I'm pressing on the upward way, new heights I'm gaining every day, still praying as I onward bound. Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. Lord, lift me up and let me stand. My faith on heaven's stable land. No higher place that I have found. Let me, Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. Lord, lift me up, let me stand, my faith on heaven's stable land. No higher place that I have found. Lord, plant my feet on higher We've come this far. Leaning on the Lord. Let's say I'm trusting in His holy word. He never failed me, yeah. He never failed me, yeah.
Red and never scared.
When I say FNM, you say victory. FNM? FNMs? It's good to be back in Long Island. I remember many years ago, I came here as a lecturer for Bahama Hosts. I returned sometime after to speak at the NGM major graduation ceremony.
I've always been impressed with the people of Long Island. Not just industrious at home, you have changed the Commonwealth of the Bahamas by investing in businesses on every island that you've traveled to. You set a standard that's made a difference in this country. So it can't be right that the very people who continue to develop island after island throughout this country is not given the kind of assistance and resources and opportunities even on the island of their birth. You see, I'm aware that there have been a group from Long Island who've been committed and willing to develop the airport, willing to transform this island. Governments ought to remove obstacles out of the way of its citizens and not put obstacles in the way of its citizens. And that's what we'll do differently. And so tonight I want to say to all of you, whether you're from Clarence Town or Deadman's Key, from Salt Pond or Sims, whether you're from Stella Maris or Burnt Ground, or from Mangrove Bush, it doesn't matter which settlement you're coming from. We have the ability to pull together and develop a strategic plan for this island, where you define where you will see this island over the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. The future of the island is in your hands. The job of your representative is to help you realize your dreams and your aspirations, not just for you, but for your children and your children's children. And so I'm proud to be back in Long Island to stand with Dr. Andre Rawlins as he offers himself to be the next member of Parliament for Long Island. On May 12th, we have an opportunity to continue this journey together. But as we celebrate the talent of a Long Islander, Andre Rawlins, it is only fitting for me to say thank you to another young and talented Long Islander, Adrian Gibson. Adrian is a talented young Bahamian who's been fearless when he was a journalist, writing articles about our country, the talent of our people, and the possibilities of the Bahamas. When he became a member of Parliament, he did something that a sitting prime minister today did not do in his own constituency. You know that the prime minister represents Cat Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador. I challenged him in the House of Assembly. I said, help me understand how for 30 years you have no footprint in the constituency that you've represented. So bad has been your representation that if Columbus come back, he'll recognize Cat Island.
This is powerful.
And you know he was angry. He was angry with a young Adrian Gibson because Adrian said, for all the years you've been here, you've laid no pipes in Cat Island. And it took a young Long Islander to go to Cat Island to lay pipes, to help residents, the home of my mother and my grandmother. You see, the prime minister is from Albay. I love people in Albay. My grandmother, Sister Amelia Hepburn, the mother of Sister Laura Hepburn Benson, my mother, we from Newby. I just want to tell the Bahamas, oh, God has a sense of humor. Because on May 12th, we are going to say goodbye to the gentleman from, I'm going to welcome the gentleman who descended from where? Look at God, look at God, look at God. And so Adrian Gibson again, put in place a transformative program to ensure that there was the development of potable water in Kent Island. The work proceeded. And no doubt the Prime Minister looked on with envy. You see, when people say that, oh, he's not a generous man, I don't get into that. He's a patronage guy. He's that old politics where, if you need some help, I may not have time to work on all the details. Maybe I'll put something in your hand. I'll help you. So I don't deny that he helps. But what he is not is a man who could provide the vision for the future of this country. And that's why he didn't create an economy in Kent Island, Rumkey, San Salvador, where young people could dream about going off to school, making an impact and returning to the land of their birth where they could realize their dreams. Because he is not a strategic thinker and planner. You have to script him. That's why he liked to talk about me going off script. Well, he needs a script. And even in the midst of the script, he could mumble. So again, let me stay on script just for this moment. Adrian went to Kent Island and did what he was unwilling to do. And they come to Long Island now over the last 4.5 years and want to tell some lies. They want to tell lies about what they have accomplished. The truth of the matter is, and Larry Cartwright put it in context, Richard Lightburn, he made the point that over the 4 non-consecutive terms that we represented Long Island, the work we did was transformative. Was it enough? No. But it was more than the PLP. And we're here tonight because we want to say to the young people of Long Island, especially, that for all the good we did together, the FNM and the people of Long Island, we know you deserve more, and we have come to work with you to deliver more. So we don't come here beating up our chest as if all is well. Because we are behind schedule on what is required to build a modern Long Island and a modern Bahamas. We have the talent and the resources, but we must work together to make it happen. And in Long Island, Adrian Gibson, working with many of you, was able to improve not only water production, but distribution. Renewing the guts, the infrastructure, beginning the work for the airport, making sure that the engineering studies were done, and of course that we work towards sealing the deal. He did as much as he can. He can't make a prime minister sign the final contract to mobilize the work, but all that was required, he fought to make it happen. And not just with the airport, but with the roadworks, and most especially with the water. So for those who are mistaken about him skipping some settlements, it is an absolute lie, fabricated in my view by the PLP. The IDB and those that provided funding had a simple proposition. Work first in the area with the highest density, with the most amount of persons to be serviced. And those communities that had, I believe it was some 35 connections, that could be an in-house project carried out by water and sewage with local contractors, and that work commenced. Pipes arrived on the island. When the PLP came in, they stopped the very same projects, as Larry told you, that they came back 4.5 years later and dangled in front of us as if they were doing something for the people of Long Island. They took the very pipes that were bored on this island and they carried it where? To Kent Island. They stripped the plant that was under development and took the parts. So the structure is there. They took it to places like Kent Island. We don't begrudge the people of Kent Island. We just say to the Prime Minister, stop telling lies. I tell you, that man could lie. I mean, he lied about us coming to government and stopping, reviewing, and canceling. Absolute lie. In fact, he must have been looking in the mirror when he said that, because that's what he did in Long Island. He came in and met projects underway. He could have done the airport a long time ago. The road work could have been completed a long time ago. But it did not fit in with his political schedule to give the impression just before election that he cares about you, that he cares about Long Island. Let me tell you what Long Island is to the Prime Minister. This is an opportunity for him to say, I won Long Island. The man is more committed to the possibility of victory than he is to the development of the people that he claimed to love. And there are some who could win but can't govern, and he is the poster child for that. And so tonight, as we celebrate Andre Rollins, I also want to say to Adrian, in this difficult time while his grandparents are having some challenges, that we are praying for his grandmother. We are praying for him. We said early, when all of the things occurred related to your member of parliament, we said that we would stand with him. We don't pronounce right or wrong, guilt or innocence. We have a duty of care to stand with our brother. We have seen enough over the last 4.5 years that this government has found all kinds of ways to decide who lives and who dies, to determine who's guilty and not guilty. I would only say this. Fate would have it that a member of the Progressive Liberal Party followed Adrian in the very same position. Had some very interesting challenges, but the Prime Minister never once paused to look to see if there were any similarities. He made a determination of the young man who went to Cat Island and embarrassed him, that he will find a way at some point to deal with him. And all we're saying, if there's justice to be served, then let the system do it, not a prime minister pulling strings like he's the master puppeteer. And so tonight, Adrian, wherever you are with your family, we're praying for your family. We are praying for you. And we're praying that the will of God prevails. But tonight, we are here to stand in solidarity with Dr. Andre Rollins. Andre is a talented young Bahamian. He has once served as the president of the Bahamas Dental Association, a former member of parliament for Fort Charlotte. He's a young man who is ambitious, but it's not because he is seeking, again, to accrue wealth unto himself or fame unto himself. He is ambitious about being on a larger platform that he can help the people that he loves. Long Island, Andre Rollins loves you. He loves the people of this country. And you need a man, you need a Long Islander in the House who is fearless. You see, this is a bullying government. This is a government that loves to intimidate voters. This is a government who likes to threaten you if you have the backbone to stand up to them. Well, Andre Rollins ain't one of them they could intimidate. He is prepared not only to speak truth to power to this government, but if we decide after we have become the government not to do right by you, he's prepared to stand up to us.
We read and never scared.
Never scared. And so tonight, it is my honor to stand with Dr. Andre Rollins and to invite every one of you to call your friends, to call your neighbors, to ask them to vote in their own interests and support someone who will work for you, someone who will work with you, someone who understands that you know this community far better than he does and is prepared to listen to you. We ask you to make some noise for Dr. Andre Rollins, the next member of parliament for Long Island. I want to say to the young people of Long Island, I know that many of you are frustrated and you believe there's no difference between the two major parties. And you're wondering whether or not it's worth your time to vote. I just want to tell you that when good people remain silent, when good people stay home, some folks who don't deserve it, they come to power. That's what happened in 2021. Don't confuse us with the PLP. The truth is, the PLP has a problem with telling the truth. The Prime Minister says the economy is doing extremely well. He says that there's going to be a surplus of 75 million at the end of this fiscal year. That come the next budget in 2026, they would have made 75 million plus more than they spent. I tell you, he can lie. He tells you that the deficit, the difference between what you earn and what you spend, he tells you that it's shrinking, that they're doing much better. But the truth is it's widening under Davis and Cooper. The man had no Dorian to deal with, no COVID to deal with. Every year since he's been in power, the economy of the Bahamas allowed him and his administration to earn $1.5 billion every single year. But with no Dorian, no COVID, extra money, ask him where the hell that money gone.
Are you serious?
Ask him where did that money go? Can he point to something he did? I'm not talking about the $1 million he spent to travel to a climate change conference. No, I'm not talking about that $1 million. I'm not talking about the tricked out ride that he's purchased so he can floss with sirens running on your dime. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the $280 million he has spent on consultants, some of whom the only job they do is to be on social media burning fire on other Bahamians. I'm not talking about that money. I'm not talking about the padded contracts that he gave to some friends, some people close to him, so that in this election season, Terry's, he's able to get the kickbacks that he can now use to try and buy votes. I'm not talking about that money. So here's a prime minister. Here's a prime minister that have the nerve to use slush fund when he talks about the Free National Movement. And he nor Michael Barnaby can explain what they have done with $141 million in beaches and parks for beaches and parks that are not properly maintained. And so when the young people ask, what is the difference? The difference is we are prepared to be honest with you about the state of our economy and what's required for us to work together to create the kind of country that you and I need, that our children need, the kind of country that would be attractive enough for the Long Islanders who've gone off to university, who can possibly see a future by returning home because we've created an economy where they could thrive. That's what makes us different. What makes us different is that we will not be putting our hands in the cookie jar. And after Davis and Cooper, quite frankly, we'll have to put out a bulletin to try and find the cookie jar. We are not like them. We believe that every Long Islander should have the right. If we're going to privatize BPL, you should have the right to buy shares in BPL. But under Davis' arrangement, if you wanted to buy shares in the transmission and distribution side of BPL, you needed $49,000 to buy in. The same corporation where you suffered under it, with your light bills being high and sometimes it being turned off. When they finally come to a point that they're privatizing it, the average citizen who suffered under it can't afford to buy in it. And if you go to the regasification plant with Shell North American Focal, they will tell you, well, if you really want to buy shares, just buy into Focal. Maybe we don't want to buy into Focal. Maybe we are interested in buying directly into the assets that we as a Bahamian people are entitled to be shareholders in. And so what makes us different than the PLP is that we believe that every Bahamian should own a piece of the rock. And it shouldn't be based on which politician you know. It should be based on opportunities being made available to everyone in Long Island, whether you have $49,000 or $1,000. That's what makes us different. What makes us different is when we talk about corruption and shaking the tree so bad apples will fall, we actually mean it. And so I want to tell you this. I want to tell you this for a moment. We are different than the PLP because we believe we have the moral character to fight crime in the Bahamas. Prime Minister Davis does not. I want you to know that the reason they run into an early election may just be one, because at the end of the day, they're gonna reveal to the public come budget time that no, there is no surplus. There's a widening deficit. There's $2 billion extra they put on the national debt. That's one reason. But the second reason is there's a case in New York where some Bahamians have been indicted, where a politician has been identified, and they say some public official is likely to be named. Could it be that the Davis administration is trying to outrun the conclusion of that case? Because just maybe it's somebody who's sitting around the table that's implicated. Just maybe. And I guarantee you they spend a lot of time trying to figure out which one it is. And if you're looking around the room and you're trying to figure out which one it is, that tells you something. It tells you that the profile of several of them is such that it could be more than one of them, more than two of them, more than three of them. We are not like them. So for every young person who's wondering if we are like them, no, we're not like them. We are not going to stop, review, and cancel. We love our public servants too much to put them out to pasture, as Davis allowed urban renewal to do in 2021. Bahamian women earning $350, $400, $500, fired by the Davis administration, put out to pasture. One of those ladies is the breadwinner in a house, making less than $500 a week. Fired. He didn't intervene. He didn't intervene on behalf of the 5 administrators who were thrown out because he thought they were PLPs. Only after he searched, he said, oh, a couple of them is we. So the point is, we recognize that we have a government that is accusing the opposition of the very things that they did. There isn't one person in the post office that will lose a job under us. We believe the system the government has now is one that is fraught with corruption. We believe that it's a system that has been abused over and over. We will transform it. Not fire people. We will change the system. We will bring banking back to the family islands. How would we do it? Banks pay taxes. The government has the ability to waive the tax so that the bank does not become an institution that's losing money. At a minimum, it will break even. But we will make sure we provide the necessary tax breaks to commercial banks so that they can come back and provide banking in our community. This is not rocket science. And not one person in the post office system that we will transform. Not one of them will lose their job. So Davis, stop lying. Stop lying. There's no public servants that we intend to fire. If you believe you had a good record and you're running on that record, you don't need to lie about the opposition. You just need to talk about your vision for the future. But instead of the Prime Minister talking about his vision for the future, he's busy reading my book that I wrote in 2003. He obviously is not reading the reports that his ministers may give him on from time to time. He's reading politics. He's reading things that I probably wrote about him. 2003, when he should be casting vision on where we are going as a country, when he should be lowering the cost of living, when he should be transforming the healthcare system so that we never hear the heart-wrenching stories like we heard from Amber tonight. That's what he should be focused on. Making sure that the RAN and the Princess Margaret and clinics work on behalf of our people. He should be working on addressing the issue of crime. We had a case with some explosive voice notes. At least 7 persons die as a result of that one heist. You would think a prime minister that wants to fix the system would work with the Chief Justice to make sure that such a case comes to the front so he can get to the bottom of it. But I tell you, he has zero interest in shaking any trees for any bad apples to fall out. He's fearful of what you would find. This is not a government of accountability. That's why they didn't want to bring for Long Island the Freedom of Information Act. And that's why we're going to open the book so you could see how they spent your money. You're going to know how that $1.5 extra billion was spent. They don't want us to open the books. The government has given more than $500 million with a B dollars worth of contracts to people who they know well. Those are contracts that they should have opened up to competition. And at the end of the day, this is not a government that gives anything not expecting something in return. This is a government that talked about energy reform, when the truth of the matter is many Bahamians' light bills have not gone down, but gone up. We got to open the book so you know who the shareholders are in every aspect of BPL. They do not want to lose power. They say we are desperate for power. They are desperate to keep power. They scared as hell to lose power. Because we'll open the books. Because you have a right to know how we spend your money. Long Island, you have some of the most incredible fishermen that this country has ever produced. You know, when we were in government, and I was the Minister of Fisheries, we made a decision that we were not going to provide any compressor permits to non-Bahamians. We didn't care what you put on that application, we were not doing it. Because we know that some people claim that they were engineers. No, they weren't engineers, they were divers. And we don't have a problem with any ethnic group, but we do have a problem with some persons' diving practices. Because if you're going to dive, and you're going to kill the conch, you're going to crack the conch and take it out and leave the shells on the seabed, you create a graveyard that the rest of the conch ain't coming back there. We have a problem that your friends at home, that you're giving them GPS coordinates for the best fishing sites here in the Bahamas. We sometimes have a problem that just the season, the lobster season is over, you have gone home and leave that person you claim to be so much in love with for that entire season until it's time to come back. We had a problem. Not with everybody. If you fall in love legitimately and you get married to a Bahamian, we embrace you completely. You are one of us and I'll fight for you. But if you are seeking to do some skullduggery, the three of you live in 3 corners next to each other, and you went to the fish fry, this is what you said on the application. You went to the fish fry, your eyes met hers, and you fell in love. And the 3 of you fell in love the identical way. Just to get on that fishing vessel, we were not prepared to give you a compressor permit. 2 lawyers from the PLP challenged us in court, and they failed. I find it strange that the PLP came to power, and some of the very same persons who could not win the case in court are now full citizens diving on vessels in Bahamian waters, competing with Long Island fishers. It cannot be right. The PLP is not committed to protecting those industries that are reserved for Bahamians. They're not committed. And so we want to say to fishers throughout the length and breadth of the Bahamas, we don't need to lie on the government. We just need to tell you the facts about them. That they claim that they are committed to protecting Bahamian interests. But I'm telling you, this government uses immigration in 2 ways. One, if it benefits them financially or friends of theirs financially, or if it benefits them politically. Long Island, you have an opportunity to send a message to them, to let them know you are looking for men and women who are prepared to serve you and not serve their own private interests. You have an opportunity when you go to vote early and in large numbers, so that all the skullduggery they are trying to do through the parliamentary registration department, that they would fail. If you vote big, No matter how they try to rig the system, they will not succeed. And so I'm challenging you to talk to your neighbors. Talk to your children. Tell them, no, the FNM is not perfect, but we are far better than this crew. We say to those who are toying with voting for independence and third parties like COI, we want to say to you, there are only two parties that have the base that could possibly form a government. So let's discount the third party and the independent. A vote for the COI and a vote for the independent is a vote for the PLP. So we don't want to divide the vote. We're asking for your support to kick Davis and Cooper out of office. We're asking you to talk to your children. Tell them this is no time to experiment. This is time for us to save our country from a government that's spending more time doing personal business than your business. The Deputy Prime Minister more than doubled his net worth. We say, my Lord, my brother, you so talented. Why Davis is the Minister of Finance? Maybe you need to be the Minister of Finance. The only problem is he did well in his private business, but he sure didn't do well in tourism. We call him the Minister of Cruises. He loved to talk about big cruise numbers, but he's unable to talk about what he has done to increase stopover visitors. So we need to send him home along with his Prime Minister. Long Island, you have an opportunity to once again take another Long Islander and deliver them to Parliament to work on your behalf. I promise you, we're going to serve you with humility. We will be honest in our public and our private dealings. We will be compassionate. When people need help, we will mobilize the help. That's why we're going to fix the healthcare system. That's why we're going to create opportunities for your children to return home. That's why we're going to work with you to make sure there's a vision for the future of Long Island. We only ask, give us Dr. Andre Rollins. And so tonight, as we invite him back to the stage, as we invite Terry Spoodle and Larry Cartwright and Richard and the entire team that's working with Andre, as we invite you to the stage, we are appealing to all of the undecided voters. We're asking you to vote early. Vote for a party that cares about Long Island, that cares about the Bahamas, that will not engage in allowing fraudulent passports and NIB cards and voters cards and birth certificates to be obtained and used in the Bahamas. That we love the country too much not to protect the gates. Davis and Cooper were given 4.5 years. They've proven that they are not up to the task. So Long Island, they can come and spend some money. That's your money. Grand Key, that's your money. When they give you your money, take it and still vote them out. That's your money. And so tonight, we have an opportunity to strike a blow for the Bahamas, to hit the reset button, to choose a team that will be better than the PLP and will be better than the last version of the FNM you saw. Don't hold against us anything that has happened in the past. We've apologized for it. The FNM is under new management. A new generation of leaders who are prepared to take you to the next level. We are ready with you and for you. So as we bring the music down, we want to conclude this meeting by asking all of us to let's recite the Pledge of Allegiance for this country that we love so much. Please remove your hats, every young man. I pledge my allegiance to the flag and to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, for which it stands, one people, united in love and service. God bless you, Long Island. We love you.
Where my islanders? Can some of y'all run down here to the front real quick? I gotta know who's in the building. Where my islanders? I need y'all to run down here. Come on, let me see ya.
pulse.
Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow.
Conrad, this is our SOS. We must save our country.
Our national priorities are clear: immigration and national security. Bahamas, save our sovereignty.
What progress do you see? None. I'm here to tell you tonight that Bahamians are suffering from PLV-itis.
Today, NHI doctors are walking out because the government stopped paying them.
Why is the Minister of Energy hiding from direct questions about the Pike deal?
The bar treatment has come to an end. We are the best choice for the Bahamas.
We will rebuild docks, repair runways, and finish the hurricane recovery that the PLV walked away from.
4 giants and 3 giants will fall.
Vote FNM. Vote for your passport. Mark your X for your sovereignty.
This is about our sovereignty. We have a nation to serve.
It's our national security must be fixed. Brave leaders don't get on television and cry about a leader of the opposition who invites the international community to observe our elections. They say we are desperate for power. We say no, you are desperate to hold on to power. This team is ready. Vote in large numbers. Come help us save our country, to save our sovereignty.
Conrad,